Hey, this is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. Welcome back if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome. This video is a part of the Napkin Exchange hosted by Sarah, which I'll talk a little bit more about later on. But let me share with you the napkins I received. Now, I received my napkins from Christy of Crafty Country, and I sent napkins to Nohimi from Handicrafting with Mimi. Thank you, Christy. I think these are so beautiful. Now, as I'm going through them, I'm trying to think, what am I going to be using them for? But I think I have some ideas, and I just love these. Now let me put those aside. I also got some goodies from her, which I will not go into. Those are mine. So now we're heading into DIY number 1, and I'm using this house that I got from a friend, another crafter, and I'm just removing the tag or the label from the back with my heat gun. And here I'm going to be using this one, and I'm cutting away the Farm Fresh panel. I like buffalo check, and I think this is going to be so cute on this. So I removed the side panel, move the middle panel, and now I cut off the side. And I'm just using a small piece of tape to separate the layers. And this is how I'm going to be applying it to the side, but then I realized I needed to add a coat of white paint. And I painted that rather, and that's because the wood would show through the napkin because they're so thin. I had to paint it, give it a base coat of white. And after I painted it, I applied some Mod Podge, and then I dried it a little bit with some heat, and then I placed the napkin over it. And here I'm just adding more Mod Podge and drying as I went along. And after I did that, I took my little mini heat press, and I'm just reactivating the Mod Podge to secure it. And then I snipped the corners and folded those in. No, I didn't fold them all the way in. I just covered the top, because I didn't want it to go all the way on the inside. Now my intention was to leave the middle unpainted and then just add the napkin, but then I realized the pink base was showing through. So I folded the napkin, and I'm going to be trimming that down. And this is where I was saying I realized the pink was showing through it. So I went in with a coat of the white paint. And again, I didn't want to paint the sides, but because I was painting without it covered, it got messed up. So I just painted everything. And then here I'm just adding some Mod Podge, and I dried it with some heat, and then separated the layers and then applied that. And then as you can see, it was still showing through a little bit, so I had now to cut a piece of cardboard and then added that to it and then replaced it. Now that was all done. Now I took my buffalo check ribbon, made a small bow, and added that to the middle. I also cut a little piece of pitberry or wild berry from Dollar Tree and added that on top, and I love it. This is the Napkin Exchange Challenge that is hosted each month by Sarah from Sunflowers and DIYing. And this month I have the pleasure of co-hosting, and my channel is DIY Craftaholic. Head on down, check out all the other creators on this fantastic playlist today. Now we're on to DIY number 2. Now this is a crate or a little box from Dollar Tree that I had in my stash. Here I'm going to be using another napkin per se, buffalo check. But before I did anything, I took the white acrylic paint and I gave both pieces one coat of white paint. And here they are all dried. Now I separated the layers on the napkin, and as you can see how thin it is. And here I am just trying to line up the cubes evenly on top of the smaller box to make sure I have enough to fold under. And then I took a piece of cardstock, traced out a little piece because I needed to cover where that opening was. And once I got that covered, I went again, placed a napkin over, and I'm just using my finger now to crease it a little bit to see where I needed to place it after I've put on the Mod Podge. So I took the Mod Podge and I gave it a good coat, then dried it with some heat. And I'm not drying it all the way, just drying it a little bit. And then I'm gonna be placing back the napkin over that. And once I had or knew where I needed to place it back, I just took a piece of parchment paper and my heat press, and I'm just reactivating the Mod Podge. And then now for the sides, I'm folding it under just enough so that I have sufficient to crease at the sides. And then I took the heat press, pressed that down. And for this side, I kind of gave it like the fold, like a gift. And that is because it was lying on the surface while I was working on the other side. So it kind of pressed it in, and I didn't want to tear the napkin, so I just decided to do it this way. And I'm just trimming down, and once I got that trim down, I applied some Mod Podge to the inside edges or the inside rim, folded down the excess, and here we have both of them all done. I love them. Now I had this ribbon left over from last year, and I think this was perfect. So here I just cut a piece, glue that in the center, and then wrap that around to the other side, cut off the excess, add some hot glue and glue down that end as well. And then I did that for the other side, or going across the other ways, just so it looked like a gift, because that's what it is if you haven't figured that out by now. But I just love how the red, the gold, and the black and white buffalo check just blended in perfectly. Now here I am with what was left of the ribbon, and I made 2 small bows. And I had this bunch of gold, and I think I got this at Dollar Tree, I believe. I may be wrong, but I think I got this at Dollar Tree last year. And I just cut off 2 of the leaves, one with the green and one with just gold, and glued those down in the middle, then glued on the ribbon on top of it. And I did that for both of them. And then what was left of the ribbon, I just folded them into a circle and glued that on top of the bow to cover the jute. And this is done. I absolutely love these. More in the final reveal. DIY number 3. This is from my stash. I had it from last year, one of those Dollar Tree sleighs. And I didn't think I wanted to do much with this, but this napkin was perfect for this. Perfect. So here I just took my sanding block and this scraper tool from Dollar Tree, and I'm just removing some of the glitter. And like I say, I'm not doing much to this, but the part that's gonna be shown, that's the part that I'm just removing the glitter from. And I did that for the top as well. And I just took a piece of t-shirt and just removed the dust. And then I laid down the napkin on the area that I want to cover. And then I took the same acrylic white paint that I used in the other DIY, applied a coat, dried that with the heat gun, and then applied a second coat. And after I was done applying the paint, now I'm ready to apply the napkin. So I'm just cutting off the area that I'm not going to be using. And here I laid it down, and if you notice, the top of the trees are peeking out. That is exactly how I want it. So I applied some Mod Podge and then dried that. And after I dried that, I then placed the napkin down. So here I am using the heat press again to just reactivate the Mod Podge. And if you can see the top of the trees peeking out, I love it. I think the colors blended in so well. And then I took another little strip of the border, placed that on top just to cover what little white was peeking through, and then reactivated that with the heat press. And after I did that, I'm now using the emery board to remove the excess napkin. And using the emery board gives you very clean edges. So if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. And then I have this pack of wooden bells from Dollar Tree. I took 2 of them and I painted one green and one red. And here I'm just gluing them on. And I would like to let you know that I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. You can find my Linktree address where all of my social media links can be found. I then made a little bow from my gingham red ribbon, dovetail the ends and glue that on top of the bells. The gingham blended in well with the candy stripe candies, and this is done. I love it. Now for the final reveal. I am so in love with these DIYs today, especially these 4 gift boxes. Ooh, I love them. I love how the gold blended in with the red and the black and white gingham, and I love the little sleigh with the snowman and the green and red bell. Ooh, I love them, but that's just me. Let me know what you think in the description, in the comments down below. And I want to thank Sarah from Sunflowers and DIYing to allow me to co-host with her this month. Guys, don't forget the playlist in the description box below, as well as all the other videos on this playlist. And if you love budget-friendly content like this, watch this video right here or this playlist, and stay safe until next time. Bye.